Hey guys, Tasha here. I have some time left back on my lunch. And I said, you know what? I need to talk about this interview with Martell and Tasha K, because apparently Love and Marriage Huntsville is the gift that gives more when they're off television than when they're on. So this interview was really a bunch of the same things that's been said over and over again, things that we've already heard, and some of which allows us to kind of compare things and know that a lot of lies were told during the interview. All Martell did to me was dig an even deeper hole for himself during this interview. He said multiple times that he will not be speaking positively about Mel, even though Tasha K tried to provide him an outlet to do so, like she encouraged him to do so. She said to humanize yourself or to make yourself seem more relatable, because a lot of times you're pegged as the villain, like, what, do you have nice to say about Mel? And he didn't want to say anything nice to say about Mel. He says he does not wish to paint her in a positive light, which is evident by him going and doing this interview. He called her all types of hoes and female dogs during the interview, to the point where I was like, okay, did I hear that correctly? Let me backtrack a little bit. And no, he did. He couldn't even complete a thought sometimes when asked certain questions. And when he did, he would stop mid-sentence and take a sip of his wine. It's kind of like he either studied a script or he realized while he was making up what he was making up how silly it sounded. So what he did was he said, okay, this is gonna show that I'm intellectually challenged, so let me not say it. He didn't even plug his wine correctly. Like when Tasha said, you have a wine, I didn't know you have a wine. He said kind of like he kind of downplayed it. How do you not know about the information that is put on your bottle? There's verbiage up there, there's words up there that he says are African, whereas Tasha K said, okay, I think that this is, this language is from Kenya. And he said, no, it's from Africa. What part of Africa? There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of dialects. I have a friend that's African that speaks 16 different languages. So it matters. All he knows is about that 13.5% alcohol content in there. He, to me, is up here because he's not filming. He said they're filming. He's not filming. And it makes me wonder if he got fired. Because why aren't you currently filming when we know they're filming? Because Mel said in her interview with Carlos that she found out the day that they were filming. So he recently got arrested. They're filming. I don't care about Mel supposedly cheating with the lawyer, because these are all things that he said. And I don't care about Ariane not being his side chick, even though he himself allowed us to call her that for years, and even on the show referred to her as a peasant. Apparently she got an upgrade, y'all. She got promoted. Coleslaw has been promoted to the somewhat main, because even with that, he was kind of sketchy. We know that they're together, but he said that they do not live together, even though I think that if they did, he still wouldn't tell us. And I don't really care about him being arrested because he deserved it. Now, he explained that he was at the police station with his kids in the car because he wanted to get some form of documentation. Now, what form of documentation, I don't know, because I don't understand what you would have to get from the police. I kind of feel like he might have been going up there himself to try to get Mel in some form of way, but he ended up biting himself, because when they ran his information, they saw that he had a warrant. He was there for 3 hours. His mom came because his kids were in the car. He knew some girl that helped him get released, and that was that. Now, Martell did this interview to let us know about Mel's DV towards him, because he wanted that image of Mel walking around with the bat doing whatever she was doing to get out there. And I just feel like Mel has already openly admitted that there were instances where she was violent towards him. Not excusing it, but she said it. She even said it on the last reunion, because I remember saying, like, that's gonna bite her in the butt later on that she said that. And here we have that this man has accumulated footage over time where more than likely he probably worked her up to a point where he would get a reaction out of her. Because how do you just happen to have all these different instances where you can show her being aggressive towards you, even though we've openly seen him display aggression towards her? What did he hope to accomplish by this? Tasha K, in my opinion, has 4 million reasons to mind her own business. She has 4 million reasons to actually fact check for once in her life. And she has 4 million reasons to shut the F up. But yet, here she is once again lighting the internet streets on fire. Now, I'm not going to come completely down on her, because I do believe some of this was Tasha not only benefiting herself, but also benefiting others, because she did say certain things and ask certain questions that allowed Martell to further throw himself, down the street to get ran over by the bus. And that bus is going to be these attorneys, because if anyone is smart, which I know Mel is, she probably even paid or had someone on her team pay that $7.99 fee so that she could see the other stuff that was released. And I hope that they screen grabbed everything, because he's not helping his case. Now, I'm not going to go about the interview blow by blow. If you want to see it, go watch it on her channel, because she did release it. But what I will say is Martell is low down. The final straw for me in all of this was him alluding to the fact that Sugar Mama may not be his, to the point where he kept saying, yeah, she looks like her mama. Yeah, she looks like Mel. Yeah, she looks just like Mel. All of your kids have features that are similar to the both of you. Unfortunately, they even got his elf ears. So why are you just pointing out that this child in particular looks like her mama? Because your oldest looks like her mama too. He said someone close to him told him that he should get a test on Sugar Mama. And the way he said it made it seem like he's questioning the paternity too. And my thing is, if you're really concerned about it, then go get a test. But for him to say that and to put that out there is low down, because at some point, these kids are going to see this. There's no way that they're not going to know about this. You can sit there and try to have court orders that prevent their image to be shown on TV and their image to be on the internet. But here you are and you're talking about them, and you shouldn't be saying anything about the kids. So he's done for trying to imply that were it not for him being on television, then Mel would have stayed with his broke, cheating, elf-eared tail. He tells us that when Carlos talked to them about this situation, which I don't understand how he got pulled in it, because Carlos didn't say anything about Martell. He kept saying Mel pitched it. But apparently Martell's putting himself in this, and he thought it was going to be like an HGTV show. And then Carlos is the one who said an ensemble cast. What did Martell have to show us? Because Mel was doing all the work and allowing him to put his name on it. Because if that was the case, we would see more than what we've seen. Because all we've seen is him being a squatter, him supposedly building this house with a friend, and him working on his business license that at this point he still hasn't gotten. He's low down for continually lying in our faces. On this interview, he claims that he doesn't even remember what picture was included in the text message that Mel is possibly talking about, because he said that he deleted the image once Arion found it. So here he is putting Arion in on it. You can't remember the image that you threatened Mel with, threatening to expose her if she didn't keep disrespecting you on these internet streets. When we heard him tell Queen Sheba in the interview that he knew about what she was talking about, because he showed Queen Sheba the message. And in the message, it seemed like Queen Sheba also saw the image, because he talks about this photo from the video, which is the same thing that we've also heard Arion say. So he sent it to Queen Sheba in some form. And I wouldn't be surprised if all of the stuff that he forwarded to Queen Sheba, because he forwarded a lot, even to the complaints he made, some of what the court filings were, all of that. I would not be surprised if Queen Sheba took that information and gave it to Mel. He then admitted to wanting coleslaw on the show. He even stated that she was supposed to be on the show. He claims that she filmed a lot of good footage and she got paid for it. Even though we've heard from Coleslaw on different interviews that she never got paid from the show. That was one of the things that she kept ranting about. You keep using my likeness, and you're not putting me on the show. You keep saying my name, even though they weren't. And you keep putting me on the show. You're not putting me on the show. That's one of the reasons why she's mad. She wants to get paid from the show. So did she get paid from the show or not? He says that she thought that she was going to be on the show, but someone lied to her, and instead what they did was just use their voice. And he thinks that's unfortunate because they got a lot of good footage. If that's the case, who was the person who lied? Put it out there who it was. Stop with these false narratives, because I don't believe it. What value would Ariane Curry add to the show? Because the whole time she'd be up there, the only thing that she probably have to talk about is Mel, because that's what she does now, is just talk about the show and Mel. She supposedly has a website with clothing and stuff on it, but she doesn't even plug that. Instead, she shows Martell and she talks about Mel. And if she can, she'll try to allude to the fact that she's been around the Eminem kids too. I just want to know who is going to confirm what the truth is, because everything that he says is lies. And I would like for Carlos or someone to come out and say what it really is. So according to him, Mel doesn't want Ariane on the show because it would take the spotlight from Mel. I don't understand what her being on the show would do to Mel other than piss her off. I feel like Martell kept saying in the thing that without the kids, Mel doesn't have anything to film, and that's one of the reasons why they're going back to court. And he gave the court date and everything that they're supposed to be going back to the court, because she's trying to get the kids back on TV and back on social media. Please understand, even if she isn't successful at that, that girl has a lot of things that she could be filming. She can be filming her actual production thing with her business that she has on the side. She can be filming her property preservation classes. She could be filming how she keeps flying out of the country. Oh yeah, that's another thing that had pissed me off. He had talked about how her skincare thing. There's a lot she could be filming. He had talked about how she said that she has a man and she keeps getting flown out here and out there. But basically, if it's something to it, why not show him? Why not put it out there? And basically saying like, she's a hoe and she's getting flown out to just be sexually active. Yes, he went that far, y'all. Which is why I said he called her hoes and all these other things. He said a lot of things that is just going, it's like, come on, Martell. You have to know that this is going to bite you in the butt. Talking to Martell to me is like talking to Ariane. They share the same brain. I do not understand how he cheated on his wife for 5 years with this same person, over 5 years, got her pregnant multiple times, but he doesn't understand why Mel left him and got tired of him. The interview didn't help him in any way, shape, or form. You all, if there's something that I left out, tell me down below what it is that you'd like to talk about, because I'd be more than happy to talk about it with you. I really hope that Mel has taken this time, has screen grabbed everything that she needs to. I'm sure a lot of the millimeters sent her some stuff to show her what's being said, and I hope that more is done. It's time for her to get enough information so that she can use it to benefit her and her children. He 1 minute said that he did not abuse the kids. The next minute said what he did was he spanked them, and then got mad in another interview and said he didn't spank them, and he got mad for Mel's brother spanking them. So I know I'm all over the place, but this is how he is. He's all over the place. But I want Mel to do what she needs to do so that she can get all the information that she needs to get, so that she can shut him up Put a gag order on him. Make it so that he can no longer speak about you, and watch how much he falls. You're so focused on this woman that you've claimed to have made, because that's another thing that he kept saying with Tasha, was that he helped to make her who she is, and they built this thing and all these other things. If that's the case, why haven't you made yourself? Why haven't you made Ariane? Why is it that nothing else other than the show has come from the show? He tried to make it seem like at some point she's going to fall, because even Nene Leakes, look at Nene Leakes, she was on television and she fell. Here's the difference. I don't think Mel is banking on this thing being around forever. I think Mel is trying to make sure that she has enough businesses lined up and she does enough things to secure that she has a future with or without the show. Unlike Martell, who needs this show. If you have not done so already, please like the video. Please comment. It helps. And until next time. Oh, until next time, did you subscribe? If you've watched me more than one time, it's time for you to subscribe. I'm just saying, it helps. And I appreciate it. Until next time.